Love without a spine isn't love. It's erosion. Real talk, y'all. Like, how many of y'all, like, when we grew up, we always thought, okay, to love means just love someone unconditionally. You do whatever they want. You are tender, you're nurturing, you're compassionate, you're present, and a lot of us didn't really get the talk on how love should be kind, love should be present, love should be reciprocal. Or maybe not all of us got that. But what we really didn't get is that real love is true. Real love stands tall when it's needed and says no when it's needed, and has boundaries and clarity when needed. That just doesn't apply to parents. That applies to all relationships. Because trust me when I tell you, if people didn't really care for people the way that they should, they wouldn't be speaking up and saying, speaking truth and risking getting cussed out or yelled at by someone who's not ready to receive that message. It'd be much easier just to go about your day and keep on doing what you do and not worry about that person. But when you really, really love somebody, you're going to tell them the truth. You're going to tell them no when they need to hear it, not just to cave, to give in to what they want. Because we all know that that will lead to codependency. And you're really hindering someone's growth versus helping it. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the mother, y'all. This was a hard lesson for me because I am just naturally super, super giving and super loving family. And I had an enabler problem, where I just overgave. And I overgave to my kids because the father of my girls is incarcerated, and I just know the obstacles that they face because of that, and it was shame for even putting them in a position like that, and I took on a lot of guilt that wasn't mine, which is another problem that I have. So I overcompensated and I overgave without the right consistency and accountability, which I'm making up now for with them. Pray for me. And when it came to my relationships, the same thing. I love so hard. But, love doesn't mean that you don't have strong boundaries. It doesn't mean that you bleed and pour of yourself and never expect any kind of reciprocation. That is not how it should work. It has to be one, communication, honest communication, frequent communication, even when we don't agree, even when it's not comfortable, especially when it's not comfortable, because the longer you let stuff linger, the farther that you'll become, and the more painful that connection will be, to the point where you don't even want to be in the same room. Or worse, if you're locked into, structures together, contracts together, houses together, children together, and your relationship has eroded because of these things. Sorry, somebody called. Because you haven't tried to establish a reciprocal beneficial relationship with each other. It's not just you that will suffer and your time will be wasted. It'll be the other party. It could be kids. It could be family that have to deal with y'all and y'all fall out. No one's going to benefit from this type of flawed relationship. And my sister sent me something. My sister sent me something, and it really resonated with me. And it was about how most of all healthy relationships, you see that, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, that your nervous system will calm around those individuals. Those people are not your chaos. They are not the people that you try not to talk to. They are not the people that you try to hide stuff from. They're not the people that you should try to hide your true self from. What really interests you. They are your safe place. They are the people that when you're around, you get tired. Like my dad. You know, this is not romantic, but like I think about who made me feel safe to the point where I would always want to sleep. I used to go to my dad's all the time, and he would always have his football on or the White Sox, and I would just sleep on his couch no matter what. Like always, because it made me feel safe. He calmed my central nervous system. I knew when I was with him, not only was I safe in terms of just violence and threats, but I was safe because I could be myself. And I was safe because I knew he really loved me. And I was safe because I knew I didn't have to put on any errands, or I didn't have to perform. My presence alone was enough. And that's how we should view all of our relationships, y'all. Why have a friend that you have to perform for? Why have a friend that you have to chase around in order to make them happy? Why keep somebody in your life that keeps you tap dancing, always asking you to do different things for them, but they never reciprocate? Why stay around people who don't really like you but keep you around for the benefits that you give them? Why work at a place that doesn't really value you or see your potential or won't stand up for you? Why stay with a husband or a wife when you don't even really like each other and you just are just staying together to pay the bills? If that's the case, y'all work out an agreement where y'all can still do the same thing but not necessarily have to live with each other, because it doesn't always benefit the kids, y'all, when we stay for these reasons. Love is truth. Love requires a pillar of severity. It's not all flowers and giggles, y'all. Of course, light and love, but light and love has a severe pillar as well. And everybody can catch it when you move from a place of distortion, of illusion, of darkness, which is where I'm going to pivot for the last part of this talk. Because to me, that's real love. The people that are in my life, I cannot allow someone operating in a lower density to be operating in that frequency around me. They can go anywhere else but around me, in my home, close connection to me. I'm going to be honest. And that's the pillar of severity. It's from my love that I'm honest. It's because I want to help. Am I trying to force my views or my judgment? Absolutely not. But if people try to present in a deceptive way, or try to talk to me and feed me their distortion or their distorted perspective, or they're talking about a situation and it's not ringing true to me, I'm going to be honest. And it's not out of anger, it's not out of being mean, it's out of love. Because I want everybody to be in a good place for themselves and in alignment with Most High God. I hope that this message is helpful. I hope that it resonates. And I hope that you are getting some sun like how I am, y'all. Like, look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Like, please, 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 just go out and sit if you can in the sun. Get in all the light codes that you need. This is off topic, but do not let this chaos of the world dysregulate you. Please stay regulated. Please ground yourself, because these light codes that are coming in from the sun will not be able to integrate with your central nervous system if you are in a state of chaos and panic. And yes, I'm talking to myself too, because yesterday, y'all, I had a whole little crash out because I was just sick of the violence happening here. I love you. Peace.